You're listening to The Power Project. I'm your host, Brandy Voth, and it's my goal each week to inspire and empower you to live purpose-filled lives and own your God-given power. Now, up until this point, that has looked a lot like me sharing stories of other women that are doing just that. However, I always intended to do solo episodes and share with you my personal journey and what it looks like to get to where I have gotten to. And as this podcast has grown, I've received more and more requests for solo episodes. People have questions that they want me to ask. People want to know how to get started in certain areas. So I've gone ahead and picked up that baton and decided that I will speak into those areas. So let's jump right in, shall we? Hey guys, before we dive in, I wanted to talk to you about something that is on my heart. Did you know that reviews are the heart of my business? When you write a review, that is how this show moves up in the charts. It's how we get more visibility. It's how we're able to get more amazing guests on our show. And it also lets us know what you like about our show and what kind of content we need to provide more of. So I wanted to share with you today a review from The Word Following. They said, recently discovered the Power Project podcast, and wow, Brandy's words are powerful. With regards to your dreams and things you want to accomplish, done is better than perfect. If perfection is what's holding you back, then you will never get it done. Thank you, Brandy, for the powerful words and using your God-given voice to empower women. Thanks so much, guys. That means everything to me. And it lets us know that we are doing something right over here in this land where we're kind of building the airplane as we fly it. If you haven't written a review today, can I just ask that you please go do so? I would be eternally grateful. Now, today's episode is one that I get asked about quite a bit. So for those of you that don't know, I have a business that is a skincare franchise. It definitely started out as what you would call a side hustle. It kind of caught me off guard, and it has grown into something that is a very substantial business that funds all of my passion projects that I am able to do. It's the reason I'm able to devote time to this podcast each week and focus on growing the show. And it's also the reason that I'm able to travel with my family and never miss a paycheck. So I've had different people reach out saying, hey girl, I am looking to start a side hustle. I'm looking to start a business. I have some questions. Can I pick your brain? And I thought, what better way to answer all of those questions than right here on this show? Now, first, I need to back up and give you a little backstory because I think you need to realize that I am the last person that would have ever said yes to this type of a business. It is very non-traditional, and it's not the business model that I personally was accustomed to being involved with. I was very skeptical. I really didn't want any part in it, and I only tried the products because I had struggled for 12 years without finding any products that had worked on my face. And these products finally helped clear up my adult acne. So then I had belief in the products themselves. Now, as far as the business, I was still very skeptical. But if we need to look at where I was at the point in time when I said yes to this business, it was July of 2015. My husband and I had come off the worst year we had had in the history of our marriage. I had been through back surgery following his shoulder surgery that he had gone through. My back surgery turned into a much longer, more drawn out recovery than we had ever anticipated. I went through 4 months of wound care for a burn received through physical therapy, and I had faced the worst depression, actually the only depression I had ever known in my life. Now, add to that the fact that our other businesses were struggling, and my husband had not wanted to share with me that we were having a bit of a financial crunch. Okay, way more than a bit. But he was so preoccupied with taking care of me that he didn't want to burden me with our financial situation. Now, when he did share with me where we were at, I've got to be honest, I found myself resentful. I was resentful that I had put all of my financial security in someone else's hands. And I was resentful with the fact that he hadn't shared earlier with me. I grew up knowing that money was something that couples fight about, argue about. It can be used as control, and it can also be used to manipulate. And I always knew that I personally would be responsible for my own finances, and then somehow found myself a stay-at-home mom of 10 years with someone else in charge of my finances. And don't get me wrong, I have never asked for anything. My husband has been amazing. He's taken great care of our family, but I just always knew that I needed to be in charge of that destiny. So when this opportunity presented itself, I was in the only place that I would have ever found myself in willing to say yes to an opportunity like this. Any other time, I would have told you to get lost. I'm better than that, and I don't do that kind of thing. But I knew that I needed something. I knew that I wanted to contribute to the family. I knew that I wanted to build my own personal income so that if, God forbid, something happened to my husband, I would be okay. So I said yes, and I have grown this business into a business that spans across 17 states in the U.S. and 7 states in Australia. You guys, I have team members and customers in Australia. Like, how crazy is that? I have team members that I've never met face to face, but I can pick up the phone and call, and we are like best friends. So you're sitting at home and you're like, great, Brandy, I need to know how you actually get to that point. How do you at home personally start your own side hustle or side business? And listen, I don't take offense when you call it that. It actually is kind of laughable at this point because it's far from a side hustle. But I have about 10 points that I think you need to know before you start your side hustle or when you're starting your side hustle. So for starters, you're probably sitting there and you may be the person that thinks, okay, I know that I need to generate extra income, but who do I pick? Who do I go with? I've seen my cousin Susie selling XYZ, and I've seen my neighbor Bob selling ABC. So what's right for me? How do I pick a company that I can trust and believe in? So for starters, number one, I think you have to choose a company that their products authentically and accurately represent your brand. Are these products that you can stand behind? Are these products that you can believe in and you can promote? You don't necessarily have to be passionate about those products in the beginning. However, they need to be products that you can use and promote in a passionate manner, because if you're not excited about the products that you're talking about and you're selling, your network's not going to be either. So for example, are you joining a cooking company that provides cooking supplies because you've seen other people have great results, but you despise cooking? Okay? Or are you joining a company that promotes supplements and healthy eating when you're a junk food queen? Now, I'm not saying that we can't all change and develop better habits. I'm just saying know yourself, know your true identity, and know what brands are actually going to represent you well. I don't think it's important to be overly passionate about those products in the beginning, but you do need to be able to say, these products work, I stand behind them. So know that when you're looking at your company, especially if you're going into it just from the business side and you're just looking to create extra income, know what products you're going to be promoting. Now, that brings me over to the second point, and you need to research how your company markets itself. Is this a company that promotes signing up people, bringing people in over actual product sales? If so, you should really be cautious, to say the least. You need to find a company that has a great product and a company that promotes that product as much as they promote about building a sales team. Now, I am all about building a sales team. However, the heart of my company, the heart of my business is the actual products, the products that generate an income, the products that people want to come back for over and over again. So you want to find a company that has a balance of you're building a sales team that promotes the products, but you're promoting the products as well. So my personal organization looks very much like 50% product sales and 50% consultants joining my organization. So our company as a whole, 75% of all of our revenue comes from just product sales, customer sales, not consultants. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, The Boiler Room, with Giovanni Ribisi. Yeah, so they all come in and it's like this scammy, like they're selling fake stocks and they've got the sports cars and they've got all of this like lavish rock star lifestyle that they're promoting, and it's a total scam, right? So I was in a company back in my early days. I think I was like, I don't know, maybe 19, 20-ish. And I said yes to this organization. You guys, it was the epitome of a pyramid scam. And I hate to even say that word because those are illegal. There is no product in exchange for money. And it is just about getting people to give you money and come into the business. So do your research. Check out the company that you're looking into. Is it a product you believe in? Do they promote that well? Does their research come from product and building a sales team? Also, you can check out and research to see if your company's ever had a lawsuit brought against them for lifestyle and income claims. So that is a good way to find if they're really promoting a product. So the third thing you need to know is find a company with the culture and the community that you will be proud to be a part of. Are they an ethical company? What do they stand for? Do they encourage you to give back to your community? Do they encourage you to be a good person? How do you decipher this? How do you figure out if this company is a company that has a culture that you would like to be involved with? It's easy. Go find people that are doing this business and ask questions. And don't necessarily have this conversation with the person that has brought the business to you, the person that is encouraging you to join the business, but go find other people doing this business and talk with them. Sit down, ask them what it's like to be part of that company. What does the support from the corporate office look like? Do they even know their corporate office? Does the corporate office work closely with the field? Are they hands-on and committed to the success of their consultants? What about other consultants in the business? Do they work together with each other to empower each other and build each other up? Or do they compete against each other and try to go around each other and cut each other down? What about the products and the shipping? How are they delivered? Is there ever a problem with running out of products? Do products go on back order? How are the products shipped? Does the corporate office handle this, or do you have to handle this as a consultant? Does there tend to be does the company have a tendency that is allowed for scalable growth, to where that they're not overwhelmed by the orders, to where that they're able to handle exponential growth well? Talk to the consultants that are doing the business, that are not going to benefit from you coming in, and see what their culture and community looks like. Now, the fourth thing that I want you to know, and this is getting a little more into the business side of it, is that I need you to understand that if you work your side hustle like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. If you're looking for a retirement plan, if you're looking to create residual income and build up an organization that can allow you to eventually slow down a bit and generate and still receive that residual income, you're going to have to work it like you're looking for a retirement plan. And this is something, you guys, that is going to go against the favor of the population at large. But I want you to be very careful when someone tells you you can squeeze this business into the nooks and crannies of your life. And I personally have been guilty of saying that. But I need you to understand this, because I realize that when I say that to people not in this business, they think it means that they don't have to set aside time for this business to actually find success. So while, yes, this is a flexible business that we can work around our schedules and we can work around our lives, it's not necessarily just something I can squeeze in here and there and find success. I have to actually set aside time to work this business. Now, the most successful people in my company have the fullest schedules, but they make it a priority and they find time to fit this business in, because I found that people will make time for what they actually want to make time for. So if you're a college student, yeah, you can carve out a few hours here and there of when you're going to work this business, but that needs to be down on a schedule. If you're committed to working this business 15 hours a week, it needs to be scheduled that you're going to work this business 15 hours a week. And during those 15 hours, you need to be working the business and not scrolling Instagram. If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're working this business while you are on the playground and your kid's playing. Maybe you're working this business while your kid is taking a nap, but that needs to be scheduled. So yes, we can fit this business around our lives, but we have to make certain we've made time in our lives for this business. Now, number 5, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Let me turn the volume up right here. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I think this is a common misconception. I think people look and they see other people's success in other businesses and they're like, oh, she was able to get to the top 2% of that company and I can do that, but they're not willing to put the same amount of work in that it took to get there. So think about this. Does anyone ever accomplish great feats in life and then pull up a chair to tell you how easy it was? Seriously, anything worth really having is worth putting the work in. How about running a marathon? Have you ever heard anyone say, oh, that was so easy, girl? Having a baby, how easy was that? Staying married for 50 years? Definitely not easy. And to be completely honest, if it was easy, I don't know that I would want to be a part of it. Where's the satisfaction in that? Where's the sense of accomplishment in that? It takes hard work and determination. But more than that, it takes tenacity and an unwillingness to quit. Simple? Yes. My business is simple. The business model is simple. What I do on a daily basis is simple. But easy? Not a chance. And from what I've found, the people that tote how easy their business is, oh, it's so easy. I just wash my face and tell people about it. Well, they tend to not be in business very long. It's kind of that whole saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But what I've found is that when the going gets tough, most people are gone because they expected it to be easy. You guys, it's not easy, but it is oh so worth it. Are you thinking right now that you've heard enough, you have what it takes, and you're ready to start a side hustle? Well, girl, I think now is as good of time as ever that you jump over to the-powerproject.com/powerful business. Read my story there about how I got started in this business, and then fill out that email form, and I would be happy to schedule a call with you and discuss more in depth what it is that I do. That's the-powerproject.com/powerful business. Number 6, you need to be a walking billboard for your company, your business. Whatever it is that you sell, you need to try every dang product in your portfolio. You had better know when someone asks you how a certain product is, you need to be able to tell them how it is. It's basically like when you're in a restaurant and you ask the waitress how the prime rib is. Well, if the waitress has only ever tried the chicken and she has never tried the prime rib, you're not going to order the prime rib because she hasn't been able to endorse it for you. You need to be able to try everything that you have, know how it works for you personally, and then be able to promote that within your network and the people that you come in contact with. So one of my favorite stories is a gal on my team. She's in Australia. She's a very highly unlikely person to have come into this business, in my own personal opinion. She is a country girl. She's a barrel racer and lives out in the bush of Australia. And she came into my business, my organization, for the business side of it. She wasn't overly concerned with the products that we sold. However, she was interested to see if they worked, but she really was looking for a side hustle. She was looking to generate extra income. And so she knew that in order to sell these products, she needed to become a walking billboard. She needed to become an example for her products. So she would use the products and then go around and literally tell people to feel her face and see how soft it is. I had people that told me they joined her in business because she came up and told them to feel her face and see how soft it was. But she tried every product because she knew that she needed to be able to speak to the products that we sold. So do that. Whatever it is that you're selling, whatever it is that you're considering, go all in so that you can go out and not be embarrassed when someone says, hey, how is this product that you sell? You can immediately say, it's amazing and I love my personal results from it. Now, number 7 is that I want you to know your market, and I want you to know your target customer basically and go find them. So maybe you have friends and family that are super excited to buy whatever it is that you're selling. If so, great. However, you're eventually going to run out of a warm market to sell to. This is a common struggle that I see people go through. They come into the business, they're all excited, they're gung-ho, they sell to their dirt list members, meaning the ones that will buy anything they're selling, and then they run out of customers and they mention that I don't have anyone else to sell to, I've ran out of customers. So what you need to do is that you're going to realize that you're going to hit a wall. So if you're committed to making a greater income than what you're making selling to your friends and family, you need to be willing to climb that wall if you want to scale your income. If you're happy making the income that you're making selling your warm market, then great. Stay right there. But you need to be continuously looking to expand your network. Now, when you do that, you kind of want to have an idea of who you're marketing to, who you're selling to. Granted, anyone can use the products that I sell. My customers range from teenagers up to 80 years old. We all have skin. We all have different skin concerns. So there is no box that a customer of mine sits in. However, it's one of those things that anyone can use my products, but not everyone will. I need to go find the people that are looking for the service that I provide. So in my personal business, I need to find the people that are interested in taking care of their skin. I need to find the people that are looking for premium skincare. I need to find the people that are looking for a change in their skin. And those are the people that I need to market to and I need to sell to. And I need to put myself in front of those people. Same goes for you. Whatever company it is that you're joining, whatever product it is that you're selling, know what your target customer looks like. Know who they are. Know where they hang out and go put yourself in front of them. So number 8 is a piggyback on that. And it's going to be that, remember, I'm a 50-50 organization where I have 50% product sales and 50% sales team. So you need to identify your target business partner. What does that person look like? What traits do they possess that would benefit them in this business? So oftentimes people get really excited when they join this business, and their sister joins and their cousin joins and their friend joins and their neighbor joins in any of these businesses in the way that these business models work. However, they might not be your target business partner. They might be a great person to come alongside you in this business, and they might be someone that is a cheerleader that cheers you on while you're beginning your side hustle journey. They might be someone that has a great different view to bring to the table about what you can do to strengthen your business. They might be someone that is perfectly content selling a handful of products every month, and they don't necessarily have the dreams or the desire to build out an organization and lead an organization. But your target business partner is going to be someone that comes alongside and wants to build an organization, maybe not as big as yours, maybe even greater than yours. So identify what that person looks like. What traits do they possess that would benefit them in this business? How would this business benefit them personally? I hear this quite often. Are you your target business partner? Are you the person that you would love to bring into a business? Do you have the drive, the ambition, the motivation, the work ethic, the tenacity that you want in someone else? Okay, then write down all those traits that you think you have to be successful in this business, and go find people like that. Go to the people that are like you and deliver a message that reaches them. Find the people that are looking for alternative streams of income. Find people that are looking for a different business model. Find people that are looking to break out from the norm and speak to those people. Deliver a message. Market yourself and your company and your products to that person. I want you literally to take out a pen and paper right now or at the end of the podcast. And I want you to do one sheet that says what my target customer looks like. What are the benefits that you can provide with your product to those people? And I want you to take and write down a piece of paper. What does my target business partner look like? And I want you to write down the traits and the characteristics that they have. And then I want you to write down 10 people that you know that have those traits that would benefit from your personal business opportunity. Now, permission to speak freely here for a moment. And I say this with all the love in my heart. Your idea business partner does not look like someone that has tried every other side hustle out there. Now, before you quit listening at this point and get upset with me, listen. Yes, if someone comes in that has tried, maybe they've been searching for a side hustle, an additional stream of income, and they've tried one or two other companies that have overpromised and underdelivered, that's great. That means that they're open to this opportunity. So don't think that that is the person that I'm telling you not to speak to. However, if you have someone that has jumped from one MLM to another and tried every single thing that every traveling salesman has brought into town, they're probably not your ideal business partner. Why? Because it looks to me like they have a lack of commitment. It looks to me like they lack the long-term vision to see a venture all the way through to fruition. They're called a habitual MLMer. And they love the idea of it, but they don't necessarily want to put the work in. So that's just a side note to keep in mind when you're building out your sales team. Now, the number 9 that I think is so important that people totally forget about and miss the mark on when they are doing a side hustle is that you guys, you have got to provide excellent customer service. Superior customer service, not just middle of the road. Maybe I check in with them, maybe I don't. I'm talking take care of your customers. Those people have trusted you with whatever concern it is that they have that your product is fixing. Provide them with care. Love them. Nurture them. Take care of them, because guess what? A happy customer will tell their friends. There is no better marketing tool or promotion for your business than a happy customer that is using your products and telling people that trust them about your products. This is not a one and done thing, you guys. So when you get a customer, you get a new customer, they purchase your product, you can't just forget about them at that point. You need to continuously be checking in with them. So service after the sale is so crucial. That is what will lead you to building a sustainable organization. So my personal business has a replenishment program, meaning that most of my customers get products every 60 days. And this can actually be a handicap for consultants. I've seen it time and time again. Sometimes they get a little disillusioned by the fact that, oh, that person signed up. They became a customer of mine. They got the replenishment program. They're going to order every 60 days, and I'm not ever going to have to do anything. And then little by little, they look up, and all of a sudden, they've lost some customers. Why did they lose customers? Because they weren't taking care of them. They weren't answering questions. They weren't reaching out and seeing if there was another service they could provide. So I personally stay in contact with my customers on a regular basis. I make sure they hear about specials that we have going on from me and not just from our corporate email that goes out. I do a little special incentive here and there for them where I just thank them for being a customer of mine, and I throw them a little thank you in their direction. I also reach out and ask if there's anything else I can help with. So I want my customers to know that when they come into my organization, when they trust me with their skincare concerns, that I am not just going to give them a high five and leave them. Maybe it goes back to my car sales days, or truck sales actually, because I did sell Ford trucks back in the day. But I know that you have to take care of your customers after the sale. I know that you have to tell them happy birthday. And when they have life changes, you need to make sure you reach out and let them know that you see them and you know what's going on with them. So customer service, excellent customer service, crucial to sustaining a successful side hustle business. Now, number 10 is the last, but certainly not the least. You guys, I want you to know that anyone can do this business. Anyone can do exactly what I have done. Anyone can build a sales team that spans across the entire US and Australia and Canada. Anyone can do it. Anyone can grow the organization that I've grown. And you can do what you've seen other leaders and other companies do as well. However, not everyone will do it. There's a big difference between can and will. Can is the ability. Do you have the ability to do it? Absolutely. The will. Do you have the actual will to put in the work and the effort and the time it takes to do this? It's up to you. So on that subject, you can't be attached to what your team members' success or lack of success looks like. You can provide the tools, you can provide the trainings, you can provide the emotional support, you can provide all of that, but it comes down to if a person gets it and they want to work it, they will. And then you can be thrilled and you can celebrate them for every milestone along the way. But you cannot want it for them. You cannot make them make this business a priority. You cannot make them see the long-term value in it. Even if you know how much they could benefit from this business, you can't cast that vision for them. I mean, you can cast it, but you can't be responsible for whether or not they grasp that with both hands and run with it. You just simply have to know that you have a gift you have presented this person with. If they choose to pick that up, open it up, and dig in, great. But if they don't, it's just not on you. And you can't be emotionally attached to that. Because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, if you have to hold their hand and drag them to it, you're going to have to drag them through it. And your own personal business is going to suffer because of it. So just know that build that sales team, find your target business partners, share this opportunity with everyone you can imagine, but don't get your feelings hurt if they just don't see the same value that you do. Okay, you guys, you asked for it and you got it today. I hope that there were tangible takeaways for you to go out and start your new side hustle. I sincerely hope that if there is a little tinge in your heart that is telling you that you can do this, if there's a little what if in your soul asking if you could do this business, I hope that after today, you say yes to that. I hope that you take that opportunity and you run with it. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to shoot me a DM, and I am more than happy to answer any email, any DM, any questions that you may have about a side hustle. Until then, I can't wait to chat with you next week.